All right. Hello, hello. Good morning, people. This is Miloni Kamdar with Real Life Trading India. And today we've got a really fun day planned. If you guys give me just 1 minute, I'm just going to go quickly grab some coffee and be right back. It's going to be an extremely fun day today. So be right back in a minute. I'm just going to leave a text here. So anyone joining in will know. Okay, and I am back. We've got a couple of people in here watching currently. Let me get rid of this real quick. Okay, cool. How's it going with everyone? Drop in. Hey, Ron, how's it going? Okay, we're gonna freshen this up a little bit, and I am going to ask you to share with me one fun thing that you did this weekend. I will go first. I hung out with my kids. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend, perfect spring days, and so we went bike riding, which is out of character for me. I do not believe in the power of exercise, which I should be believing actually, but oh well. But it was a lot of fun. We went hiking and we went bike riding, and yeah, had a fun weekend. So I'm going to give you guys some time to type in your answers, and we will take it from there. I'm going to go look at SPY real quick while you guys are doing this. I've got a fun list of tickers that I wanted to go over today with you guys for day trading specifically. So let's get started. All right. We're going to go look at the SPY real quick and then come back to the Qs. Okay, SPY, S&P 500, as we all know, has been a little bit dilly-dally here and there. War drop happened here. We kind of recovered from war drop and we're back again at the same sort of level. Now, keep in mind, this is a pretty good level of support, guys. So I don't want to get overly excited and say, oh yeah, we're going to Crashville, but we could. It was an inside candle, and I was really hoping that we would kind of gap up and go higher. As much of a bear I am, I truly was hoping that we would gap up and go higher, and then that would be a fun opportunity to short as a double top maybe, but that's not happening. And we're gapping at a really interesting spot right now. We're gapping down at a really interesting spot. Now, this is a retest gap, guys, so let's not get super excited with our bear trades. I've got some fun tickers to look at for bearish trades, but we want to make sure that we fill this gap, this retest gap, and then roll back down. 439 is a good target if you're holding on to any shorts specifically. If not, then we could just kind of assess and see where we go from here. So we're gapping down pretty well. As you can see, the futures were pretty interesting early on. I was following them last night, and this is when I was talking to a friend of mine, and I saw this dip coming, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Well, no, last night was somewhere over here. Sorry about that. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. We're dipping quite a bit. So we recovered. We dipped. We recovered partially, and then we're back again at the same levels. As a matter of fact, going a little bit lower. If we zoom out a little tiny bit, this is the 15-minute chart. We are at crucial levels. If these levels go, we can come back down further. But I think this is a good level of support. And what I've noticed is through our futures room and everything else is that we tend to do the opposite of what we've done overnight in the morning. So in the morning, I can imagine that we can kind of go a little bit higher and then come back down, which would be perfect with our retest gap scenario on the SPY. So that's where I'm at, guys. Now let's go look at a couple of other tickers. I'm going to catch up on the chat pane as well. Rod says, take my puppies out for a walk. Yay, that's fun. That's always fun. Our neighborhood is filled with puppies and dogs, and oh my God, so many pets in general. We let loose 2 of our fishes in the pond, and the other 2 did not make it, unfortunately, because we did not have a proper tank. So the kids were extremely sad about that. And then the hermit crab decided to pinch my son's finger, and he was a little bit traumatized by that. So we let him free as well, which is a good thing. We are not pet people at all. I mean, it's just not going to happen for a long time. Maybe once the kids are in college, which is a very long time from here on. So we shall see. So finally, we're pet free, and we're not going to win any animals at any fairs or end up with any other animals. I believe for another few years. I hope so. All right. Well, firstly, I wanted to talk Tesla. This, my friends, is a beautiful gap down on Tesla. This is not looking very good on this guy. I've been waiting for this dip for God knows how long, forever and ever and ever. I don't know why my 10 EMA isn't showing up. Let's put the 10 EMA back on the map. Give me 1 second. I gotta go get the indicators and EMAs. Okay. Awesome. Now, I don't like to see a whole bunch of them. I just like the 10 EMA. So we're just going to stick to that. Okay, cool. So here is our boy Tesla. And this is looking very, very interesting. So if we were to put fibs on Tesla from yesterday's candle, by which I mean Friday's candle, we are opening at the 2618 range on the fibs. So with that being said, I am not looking to go bearish right out the gate. There is this gap that we filled perfectly, and ideally we should have bounced off of it, but we did not. So that tells me there's weakness. I'm not sure why Tesla is gapping down so much. Maybe there's news, I'm not sure about that. But there is overall weakness in the market. So we're gonna wait and see if we can pull up our socks to at least 1007 or maybe 1000 level, and then look to short from there. This is a massive gap down. Tesla has earnings coming up in about a week and a half. So that's going to be a tricky one to trade as well. So we're going to keep an eye on this guy. This is going to be the number one thing on my list today. It's a very, very interesting gap. We should not have gapped down this much. I would think that maybe a gap down to here would have been ideal, but since we're gapping down almost $30, $40, That's a little extreme. $50 ideally if you wanted to do the math accurately. So, all right, keep an eye on this guy. Tesla also ended the day as an inside candle. So the bias right out the gate, if you wanted to be a bull, you could just right out the gate. That would be nice. But the bias is a little bit bullish than bearish right out the gate. Marriott had a beautiful inside candle. I mean, look at this guy. It's just all of this selling and then an inside candle right around here. And we closed right at this gap level. And we're gapping down a little bit now. So I'm going to put an alert right down here. And if that goes off, I think we would be good to short Marriott. How low can we go? Let's measure that real quick while we're here so we have a good idea of what good levels of target and entries could be. So 160.59 could be a decent target for us if we do decide to go short. So let's keep an eye on this guy. Our alerts in place. We will see what happens. Let's go over Garmin. Now, I am not sure what exactly they do besides the GPS, obviously, and other electronics. I know they have calculators and stuff like that. So we are going to keep an eye on this guy as well and see where we go from there. Beautiful inside candle, beautiful gap up top. We're going to take this bullish candle out. And so that kind of makes me feel like we could go a little bit lower. I'm going to put some fibs on this guy and see where we are exactly. We're gapping below the 618, which I love. Absolutely love that we're gapping below this green candle. So this green candle right over here. So we're going to keep an eye out on this guy for a short, perhaps at this level. So 113.31 could be a good level of entry. Because I have the fibs, it won't let me. Oh. Okay, Marriott just has to pull up its socks a little tiny bit and then maybe roll over. That would be nice. Oh, Garmin, sorry. We were talking about Garmin. Okay, awesome. AMD, my friends, I have a $95 put expiring this week that I sold, I believe 2 weeks ago, somewhere over here. And so I am a little bit concerned with that put. I'm okay to get put the shares. I'm absolutely 100% okay with that. But I'm a little bit concerned about that. I will own the shares at 95 and do a covered call against it. That's another fun thing you guys can do. If you guys are wanting to own specific shares of anything, really, if you sold a put and got put the shares at that price, you would actually inherit them a little bit cheaper. So I don't know if you ever play it that way. That was obviously not the plan in my scenario. I did not think that AMD was going to go down to 95 by the end of this week. So if I have any glimmer of hope, I will exit out of my put sale. It's currently in the negatives. But if I don't and I get put shares at 95, I will be okay. AMD has seen quite a bit of selling. I don't like that we're opening around here. It seems a little bit weaker to me, in my opinion, honestly. But it is at a good level of support. The 100 range is a great level of support. And I can tell you guys, if that level goes, if we close today with a candle that's looking something like this, or even something like this, a small red candle, whatever, a red candle in general will not be very good for AMD. this is looking like it can go down a little bit too much. It's a beautiful head and shoulders on the daily chart. If you look at it on the weekly, it could also show up as a head and shoulders. Yep. Sometimes, guys, I tell my brand new students that that have a hard time identifying patterns. Sometimes it's easier to look at it as a line chart than candles to identify patterns. Or wave count for that matter, I think works really, really well when you do it this way. So over here, you can clearly tell this was, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 possibly here, or maybe even here. Well, 5 can't be the longest, so 3 has to be the longest. So it sort of ended over here, and then we kind of broke out on the weekly and came back down. So we shall see what happens on AMD. If you look at it this way, it looks pretty head and shoulders to me. So let's go back to candles again. Yeah, a fun little nifty trick. So AMD, I will keep that in mind. It's been weak, obviously, compared to some of the other tickers that we've been looking at. So I don't know if you guys remember previously in one of the YouTube lives, I mentioned that AMD was a lot more weaker than Nvidia, its counterpart. So I think for today, we fill that gap maybe and then roll back down. And if that's the case, I will certainly be looking to short AMD. The risk to reward scenario is just a lot better on AMD than anything else for a short. So let's keep that in mind. On our Slack channel, I had mentioned previously on Friday that I was going to buy one call option of Nvidia expiring this week. And the target was going to be 241. I do think there is weakness in Nvidia, and I believe today will be the day I will just go ahead and close it out if there was any money left on it. I think it was an absolute zero play, and I thought that after all of these bearish days, it should have bounced at the 786 level, which it's not doing. So I'm going to close that out today, possibly, and see where we go from there. Or possibly sell a call against it and see where we go from there. But this gap down is just not, it's no bueno, guys. It's just not looking good on Nvidia either. I do think that we can come retest 212 way before we go up to 250. So lots of gap ups on top can potentially act as a massive level of resistance. So keep an eye out on this guy as well. We will be going through it together, but just in case I forget about it or I overlook it, and if there was a setup setting up, let's discuss that. So yeah, Nvidia, we'll keep an eye out on it. Eli Lilly. So this guy popped up on my scanner, and it was doing something completely different than the overall market. There is lots of strength. I want to look at it on the weekly chart. I didn't really get the chance to do that on the weekly chart. So here, looks like we're breaking out of this double bottom. I had an alert level set over here for it to pull back down and then maybe go higher. So this is a weekly chart, and that would be a swing level. Swing trade level. So I'm not really worried about it for today's purposes. We're just going to kind of see where we go from here. If the market does kind of decide to go higher at open, this would be a fun one to go bullish on, even against all of the RSI and everything else that says don't do it. This shows a lot more strength comparatively than anything else out there. Maybe there's news around it. Here signs a license agreement with Telix Pharmaceuticals. Okay, cool. So here's the news on it. And so it's got more strength than the rest of the market, which I like a lot. Sometimes when everything's doing the exact same thing, guys, it's nice and fun to find something else that's not doing the exact same thing and finding a different trade. Because it's not just me and you looking at that, it's the rest of the world looking at that as well and saying, okay, well, this guy's doing something a little bit different. So let's go trade that comparatively. So all right, this is Disney, and Disney has just been week will as well. This is something similar to AMD that's happening right now. You know, you see that head and shoulders, and you see this channel that it was trading in on the daily, and then we opened with a massive gap down. Now, if AMD was to do something like this with a big, massive gap down below 95, I'd be really worried. I would be worried about it going to 75 for sure. But because it's not doing that, I think it can kind of pull up its stocks a little bit. It's still got a tiny little glimmer of hope for me, for my selfish reasons, that it could pull back up. So Disney, a perfect inside candle on this guy. Couple of days of buying coming in, but selling happening mostly. This is kind of looking like a head and shoulders. If you try really hard to look at it, it kind of does look like it. If not, then it kind of looks like a double top area-ish over here. There is no reason for anything whatsoever that we should take out 128. If we do, that would prove extremely weak on Disney. There was a weekly chart pattern that's not looking very good either on it. I would be keeping an eye on breaking out of this trend line on Disney and maybe going up a little bit. If you are looking for a swing trade, my friends, that would be nice. This is a weekly chart. Again, guys, I don't think everything's collapsing and going down to zero. I absolutely don't. I have to be a realist. I can't just say, oh, we're all going down to Doomsville. But there is specific tickers, there is weakness that I see that we can take advantage of as day traders. So that's what I'm banking on. I think that Kristen says, looking bearish still. Yeah. Ron says, my daughter had the hermit experience for maybe 10 minutes. It would not let go. It was horrible. Yeah, Ron, so this was pathetic. It was so bad. You have no idea. He wanted to show off the crab to his friend and picked it up and just got bit, and the thing just would not let go. So I'm screaming, my daughter's screaming, Ari's screaming, and he's the one that got bit. And my husband's nowhere to be found. And so we had our cleaning lady, and she said, oh, just put him in the water, just fill a pot with water and put the finger in the water. And so after, I guess, 10 gruesome minutes, it let go. So that was not fun. I should have recorded him, but did not. I thought it was funny in hindsight, but now when I think about it, it was terrible. I mean, well, back then when it was happening, it was terrible. Okay, cool. Back to Facebook. Facebook, or should we say Meta, or whatever their name is, they came out with Zuckbucks, I think that's what their crypto is going to be called. I think that's what their day trading room the other day was talking about it, and I thought that was hilarious. I mean, really, they could have come up with better names. I don't know what's going on with Meta, really. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me on this or not, but I just think the name is kind of a little bit, they could have come up with a better name. Okay. Moving on, Facebook is gapping down below this inside candle as well. I think we could pull up our stocks a little tiny bit and then roll back down. This drop on Facebook, we want to put fibs on it and see what level that we have gotten bought up to. So let's see that. Let's see what happens over here. So from the top to the bottom, we did not make it up to the 382, which is where this gap is. Okay, cool. We're kind of flirting with the 236 range right now, and we're opening below that. So that tells me there's a lot more weakness in Facebook comparatively than some of the other ones. This is prime example of AMD versus Nvidia sort of thing, if you wanted to look at it that way. You know, if you compared Facebook to maybe the Qs or the SPY, obviously this did not do as well as some of the other ones did. So I'm going to keep an eye out on this guy as well. I'm going to add an alert over here and see if we can kind of sort of come up. I know the first minute we open, we're gonna set off a bunch of alerts, but we will see. Net, my friends, was a beautiful double inside candle scenario. and we're opening below both of those. So that in itself is a perfection. I don't know if you guys like double candles, double inside candles, but those happen to be my favorite ones to trade. This is a, you know, once in a blue moon kind of scenario. Doesn't happen as often. Although I was looking at net earlier and it tends to track a lot. So something like this, which was an inside candle, we went higher and lower and all together just kind of messed up and it had a jumbled up scenario. So I will keep an eye on this guy. I really, really like this for a short. Really, honestly, I think if there's one thing we can short today, net is prime candidate, aside from Facebook, of course. So we will keep an eye on this guy as well and see what kind of levels we can come up with. I like the 100 level, and net, if it gets going, it can go quite a bit. So can put in some large candles. So I think this could be a fun one to trade. If you look at it closely, guys, this looks like a pretty decent bear flag to me, and a wave 4, I want to say. And then maybe we make a wave 5 down. I don't think we go down to like 80 today. I don't think that it could pull down $30, $40, but it can certainly have some sort of pullback today. So we're going to keep an eye on this guy. I don't know what Pool was doing. I don't know why it popped up on my scanner, but Pool had this inside candle, and we retested the neckline of this double top. So I just kind of had it in my chart. Pool also looks like a Head and Shoulders, technically. If you wanted to do a long-term put, by long-term, I mean 3 months put, if we take this level out, which is crucial for it to withstand, and if it's not going to do that, then absolutely, yeah, Pool can certainly come back down as well. It just looked interesting because it was an inside candle, a bear inside candle, and we're gapping down on it. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Uh-oh, don't know what I did. Give me 1 second. Let me do the 15-minute chart and then extended hours. Cool. Doesn't tell me what it's doing. Okay, never mind. We'll just leave it alone. All right, let's go back to SPY real quick and see what that's doing. And we will take it from there. We've got 2 more minutes. If anyone has any other tickers that they want to look at, I would be glad to look at it for you. ES in the meantime is bouncing a little bit. So, yep, this is looking good. Guys, the strategy that we discussed last time around, I've been testing it and it's been working out fairly well for me. So I am certainly looking forward to using this strategy a lot more. These are the EMAs that we put on, 10, 20, and 50. And so we're going to test this out today a little bit more and see where we go from there. I don't like that we're kind of bear flagging here. I don't want to see that happening. I want to see us go a little bit higher for better risk to reward sort of short. If we just go down right at the open, then keep in mind this is still a retest gap on a lot of tickers. So then for that reason, I think things might get a little bit trickier in the afternoon. So once I leave you guys, it might get a little bit choppy. So for that reason, I just wish we would pull back down, pull back up a little bit, and then come back down. In a perfect world, that would be nice, right? But why would that happen? Okay, Tesla. What is there news on Tesla? What's happening? Oops, let's go to day trade. Okay, cool. All right, so everything's going off on my alert list. Tesla right out the gate. I understand if somebody wants to trade this high wave and go long on it. I absolutely 100% understand that. Let's go see what Net's doing. I'm going to give everything a real chance to kind of see and decide where it wants to go before I just jump right in. Say, yep, short. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the 1 minute chart on net, and we're just going to keep an eye on this guy. Facebook also, I want to keep an eye on, but we will move it to the 3 minutes because it's gapping down so big. I don't want to see it just collapse right out the gate. So if somebody wants to go bullish on Facebook, which is, I know, counter trend trading, and it doesn't always work, but if somebody wants to give that a shot, sure, we could certainly try that. Marriott, the alert went off, and let me just see something real quick on the 15-minute chart. We could lay out a short on Marriott right over here. So let's see if that works out for us. I want to see what the overall markets are doing and then take it from there. But this looks really good to me. I like this. I like this level of shorting Marriott right over here. So we are going to do a bearish entry, and our target is going to be right over here with a stop somewhere around here. Move it a little bit higher so it's not. Okay, cool. Come back up, please. Don't leave without us. Let's see what Tesla's doing. I'm gonna go set up the Marriott trade real quick, and I want to see what Tesla's doing first. And whoa, I thought I lost it for a second. It went so far back down. This is ridiculous. I can't believe Tesla is gapping down this much. Especially because it's been the strongest thing holding us up for so long. It's weird it's doing this. However, it can get a little bit fun, you know, if things kind of want to pull back down, it can get a lot of fun. So I've noticed, guys, that Tesla likes to do this, and you can go back and look at this for any specific day, really. So if Tesla opens with a gap down and your idea is to go short on it, it will do something like this, entice everybody down here and say, oh yeah, we're not going to get that chance to go back up, and then go higher, then come back down. So trap everybody along with it. So for that reason, for the first 15 minutes, I just want to follow what it's wanting to do and go from there. I don't want to just get overexcited and take a trade just because, you know, it seems right or it feels like the right thing to do. It's not. It's never. If you feel like you want to go bullish on Tesla, you should most certainly consider a bearish entry as well on it. It just is tricky and trappy all day long. I think a short around the 1,000 level, I like that a lot. If we can get a chance to do that, I would most certainly do that. Let's see what the Qs and the SPY are doing. They are just not holding up. What is SPY doing? So tried to come back up. Didn't really fill that gap. Tried, and then now it's coming back down. Okay, right. There is a level of support at 443.50, which is where we bounced off previously a couple of times. So let's see how it behaves around that level, and then see if we can do a short or go long on it. Tesla's looking pretty interesting. So let's see. I want to set up a short around 1,000. Just the whole number seems interesting to me. So I'm going to do something like this for it. Well, I know it is a retest gap, and I know that we can certainly go fill that gap entirely. So the risk to reward is quite a bit in this guy if you wanted to short it. But 1,000 level is where I've wanted to short it for quite a bit. So I think if we can get that, that would be nice. We'll make it a whole number, 1,000. No, it says 1,029, but that's how I'm going to set it up. And then a stop could go to this gap fill range of 1027. That's like a $30 stop, which is a lot. So plus I don't know where a target level should be. Let's hold off on this, guys. I'm not setting it up. Let's go see if Marriott is coming up for us. Yep, it's trying. Okay, so I would be only interested in shorting Marriott at this level, which it looks like it's coming up for us. I'm gonna go set this up on my phone real quick and give you guys a chance to set it up as well. Garmin is going off. Diane says Airbnb. I will look at that really quickly as well. Let's see, Airbnb. Oh, I don't want to miss on Marriott. So I'm going to set that up first and then come back to Airbnb. Diane, give me 1 second. If you went bullish on Tesla right around here, right at open, that would have been a pretty decent long for sure. All right. Why? Well, let me. I have the buying power. I don't know why it's not letting me. Give me 1 second. I just got to set up my Marriott trade and then I'll be with you guys in a minute. Okay, all right, I'm in. But I got a pretty decent entry on it, so I think I got filled at 69, so we will see. I don't like that it's filling that gap and then going higher. So we will see and monitor this closely. My stop is in a good place. All right, Tesla, let's see what this guy's doing. Okay, cool. I want to keep an eye on this guy too. So this is the 1 minute chart. And I want to let it finish its wave count. So let's go look at Airbnb for Diane real quick. And let's look at it on the daily. So Diane, I don't know if you know this about me, but I own and operate hotels, and so they're all franchises, and Airbnb is a direct competition with us. So I initially, when they rolled out and they IPO'd, I was so mad at this guy because they're taking a whole bunch of our market share from us. And I do think that this is a way to go. This is trendy and it's up and coming and great. Any Joe Schmo can buy a house and Airbnb it, and you don't need too much of an investment like a massive hotel property. So absolutely love the idea. I just hate it. I'm the yellow cab guy when the Uber rolled out their program. So I obviously have a much more bias towards it than anybody else may have, but I like this chart and the way it's looking. If we were to put, excuse me, if we were to put fibs on this guy, let's see what happens over here. Where are we? Okay, we're bouncing precisely off of the 50% level right now. Ideally, I would want to short it around this range if it can pull up over there. But for a day trade, I don't think that's going to be a possibility. So here's what we could do on it. If you wanted to short this guy or set up a trade, I think we could go long above this big bear candle. to the gap fill range, or if we take this level out, this 50% level out, then we could go short on it. So let's set up an alert on both levels. Excuse me, guys. All right, short below this guy. And if we do that, then our stop should ideally go somewhere over here. Let's see how that plays out. SPY did not hold up the 443.50 level. So now that we have this in place, let's see what we can come up with on certain other tickers. Marriott, the only one we're in, is not going bearish. Why? Okay, cool. Let's look at this guy. So this is very typical of Tesla, you guys. Remember, we talked about it. If you think it's going bearish, it will just undoubtedly do this one bull move and then come back down. So I really, really like this. If we really, especially if we go fill that gap, I don't think that we could do that today. But again, it's Tesla. We could go to 1180. It just is its own monster. And for some reason, I don't know if you guys have this happen to you ever, but for some reason, I tend to get attracted to Tesla a lot more for day trading than anything else. For example, I know AMD is an easy short today, but yet it doesn't even occur to me that I should look at this guy. AMD is double bottoming. This is a pretty cute double bottom on the 1 minute chart on AMD. It would be too quick for us to play. And I don't like that we're kind of going lower on the 3 minute chart. We should have done this, like Marriott, for example, the one we're in, rather than do this. So for that reason, I'm not going to go long on it, but I'm not going to go short on it either. I think it's a little too much of selling on AMD right off the gate. So we will be patient with this guy. If something sets up, I will certainly keep an eye on it, but I don't think anything specifically setting up. Nvidia, isn't even trying. This guy. I'm gonna have to get out of my stuff. Oh, Eli Lilly, did we miss this? But we wanted to go bullish. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Glad we didn't do this because, I mean, look at this sell-off. It's ridiculous. This looks like a fun one to go short on, guys. Short right around 310 and then look for a rollover. Let's set that up. I think that could work for us too. And ideally our target should be somewhere. We'll go to the 15 and see what we can come up with. 308, no, I don't like that too much. The risk to reward just isn't there. I would want to see a little bit lower sort of move. Let's do fibs on this guy. And see if we can get 304, maybe, I don't know, 306, 68. I like that for a target. Entry would have to go below 309 though. We'll come back to this. I'm not sold on it just yet. Marriott, I think, is going to stop us out in a minute. Darn it. This is not looking pretty good. Okay, the Qs are trying and the SPY is trying as well. Okay, glad we stayed off of a million different short scenarios that I had played out in my head and only took Marriott. I would want to see a dip on SPY happen pretty quickly now, which is happening, so that's good. Let's keep an eye on it. What did Tesla end up doing? Tesla, we're going to let this finish its rotation up and then look for a reversal. I don't think right now is the ideal time to go short on it, even though I want to go short at 1,000. I'm going to hold off and refrain from that happening, especially because Marriott is not behaving and SPY and the Qs are looking for a bounce. So let's see what we can come up with. AMD, on the other hand, could go bullish. Let's go on the 1 minute chart and let's try and see where the EMAs are. Let's do the new strategy thing. Okay, we're gonna need extended trading hours. Okay, so as per the rules, for us to be taking this long, we have to have these stacked against each other in the right way, in the correct way. Right now, they're stacked correctly for a short. And as per the rules, if it comes up to here, we should short it. So 97.50 level, we should short it. But there is this double bottom, so we're going to give it a little bit of chance. I don't want to trade this bearish right now or bullish in any direction specifically. It is ideally, if given the chance, I would want to short it. I would want to go long on it because it's been beat down quite a bit. So it's just a little bit tricky right now to go long or short on it. I wish these moving averages were stacked up correctly for a bull move, and then we could have taken it bullish. But because they're not, we're going to wait and give it a minute. Nvidia seems to be bouncing. That looks good. Okay, cool. Give it another minute on Nvidia, and this guy, my friends, is looking for that crossover. Do you see how this is happening over there? So let's focus on Nvidia if it's showing strength and wants to pull up its socks. What does it look like on a 3 minute chart? 3 minute 2. If we can get that bear candle, then yeah, 3 minute would be the 10 EMA strategy also. So that looks good. That looks reassuring to me. Marriott, I think, is going to stop us out. So this is what we want to see on it right now, on AMD. And it's not happening. So I think it's going to stop us out or decide to come back down. I don't know. Oh God, what a mess. Tesla is approaching that 1,000 level on the 1 minute. So here's a good example of that scalping strategy working, where you would enter the trade at 987, which you wouldn't have gotten filled, by the way. You would have just been hanging in there, but this is what I mean by going bullish. So you would want to go long at that red line and take your target at a new high. Or if you wanted to have your stop somewhere over here below the blue line, then take your target at 1R. That's what I've been trying out. So I'm gonna see how that plays out over the course of the next few days. We'll see how that works out for us. Let's keep an eye on Marriott. It's just not. Oh, it's gonna stop me out. This is not going to be fun. AMD is looking good. Nvidia is looking very good. Yes, let's do this, guys. Let's do Nvidia bullish. I like this a lot. Let's see what's happening over here. Just 1 second. On a bear day, sorry about that, guys. On a bear day, my Slack and social media DMs tend to go off quite a bit. And so I just had to check and make sure I wasn't stopped out of Marriott, which I wasn't yet. Okay, cool. Let's give it a little bit of time for this guy to reverse a little bit on the 1 minute chart. I want the green line and the red line to take over the purple line, and then we can look to go long on it. I love this bear divergence, you guys. Look at that. That looks beautiful for a long. We could do the 10 EMA on the 3 minute chart, maybe long above here. And then let's see what kind of targets we can get. 226, 35. I would want to set up a long above here for sure. So that would make us go above the 15-minute 10 EMA. This is the 10 EMA. The 15-minute 10 EMA, guys, on a lot of things acts as like a rock solid resistance. So you always want to make sure that when you're entering a bullish trade, especially on a bear day, you always want to make sure that happens to be one of my favorite criterias to assess prior. So you want to see a close above the 10 EMA on the 15-minute, so you don't get trapped. Maggie says, "Good morning, Maggie. It's good to have you guys here. This is a lot of fun, you guys. Okay, saved us out of a bull trade. Cool. I swear to God, if Marriott stopped us out and then went lower, I would not be happy. Yay, it did not. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to this short. I've been looking forward to it all day long. I mean, all night. I couldn't go to sleep. It popped up on my scanner. I was really excited about it. Ooh, we're pulling back. This guy didn't even go up to its 10 EMA. It's just weak Sauceville everywhere. Doesn't even want to come up. Nope. This is a pretty cute inside candle. Let's see how we close. How many? We have 7 more minutes. Okay, we'll come back. Nvidia, what did it do on the 1 minute chart? Just trapped everybody. See, this is why I love this scalping strategy so much, because it saved us out of, so earlier I was oohing and eyeing about the bear divergence and this and that, and I don't want to go long on it because the moving averages are not stacked up correctly. This saved us in our day trading, and this works out pretty well if we have a trend day, if we have a sideways day. And again, there's no way to know. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know if we're going to have a sideways day or if we're going to have a trend day. But if we're going to have a trend day, then I want to be patient with it. Sure, it can go to 224 right now. Moving averages will correct. It will come back and retest the moving averages, and that's when we want to go long. So that's why we want to hold off on being super excited and going long in something, because the moving averages are not stacked up correctly. So, all right, Tesla machine, come on. In hindsight, if this thing rolls down now to 955, I would be so mad, so mad. So we're gonna keep an eye on this, a very close eye on this. I would love it if we take this level out on Tesla. So 988, if we take that out right now, we will go short. But because we didn't, and we're not looking to do that right now, and we're above the 10 EMA on the 3 minute, we will leave it alone. We will wait for the moving averages to be stacked up correctly. This is the 10 EMA on the 15-minute chart. And so more often than not, what happens is we come back down, retest this line, and then bounce, because it serves as a very good level of support as well. So for that reason, I think we will just be patient with this guy. Marriott, okay. All right, it just bounced right off of the 15-minute. Let's see on the 1 minute. I would want to see this reverse, not bull flag on the 1 minute like this. I can understand if somebody wants to get out maybe of this guy at 163.84, if you guys took that trade with me. If not, then I would just be patient with it and see if we can get stopped out or not. Either direction we go in, I will be okay with it. All right, AMD, trying again, holding on to the 97 level pretty fairly well. 96.50. Was it slow? Is everything falling back? I don't know what's going on. The SPY on the Qs. Yep, we're back below the 10 EMA. This would, if we go make a new low, it would be ideal to go short below this guy, and we could take a target. Let's do this. Give me 1 second. Let's plan this out. So we're going to put fibs on the previous day's candle of the high and the low, and see where the 1618 is, and go from there. I'm not surprised that we bounced off of here or in that range, but if I were to go short, I would want to short it in this range, 445.86. For my futures traders, I know Kristen is an amazing futures trader. This is why I like to refer to SPY and ES back and forth and kind of take from one another. Pre-market, I like to look at ES a lot, and while we're trading in trading hours, I like to look at the SPY a lot for reference, and just to make sure that we're not going in to something really quickly. Okay. Right. Good job staying out of trades right off the gate. Wouldn't have worked. Marriott's going to stop me out in like 3 seconds now. It's not going to work. Now on AMD, if we close below this candle, that could be an interesting short. Or if we go higher than this guy, that could be an interesting long. Let's see if the moving averages are trying one more time. Nvidia just fell back down, doesn't even care. Just getting rejected at this red line constantly. Let's see what we can do with this guy. You would think that they would pull up a little bit more, right? I mean, and it's not like I didn't hear any specific news about anything other than inflation costs, inflation rising, and China shut down, but we've had that before, and never has that bothered us. We've had massive bull days because of that, which I saw a horrific video of people in Shanghai just screaming from their windows because they didn't have enough food, and they're in a lockdown. So I just thought that was, I mean, if the US was in a lockdown again, I don't think any of us, especially me, I can't talk for anybody else, but I don't think I would specifically respect that lockdown as much. I think I'm so over COVID. It's about time, guys. 2.5 years has been a lot on everybody. I don't want to be locked down again. Let's keep an eye on AMD too. Nvidia is stacking up correctly. This would have been a good short on it. I just want to see a proper setup first. I don't want to just take it just because. Marriott, we're out of, I'm sure I'm out of it. So down an R for Marriott, and then I have exited my Nvidia call option. I did not want to do a covered call against it, so I just exited it, and so that is roughly about 0.6 Rs. And so I'm gonna I'm going to be a little bit more patient today before I go short anything or long anything. Conservative is what I mean. Okay, let's look at Disney and see what that did. Yeah, Disney, undoubtedly. This is, guys, you know, this is one of the tickers that I like a lot for long-term investments. So this to me feels like a good range to buy a little if you wanted to hold on to it for at least 6 months or more for long-term investment. My long-term investments are meant to be, you know, years out. And when I say I want to buy some, I buy 5 shares. So it's not massive amounts, but it could be a pretty good range to just dip your toes in here and there. I did not, by the way, I did not buy today, but okay. Facebook, let's look at it on the 3-minute chart and see if it can fill the gap for us. And then look to go short. So just as I leave you guys, I think around 11 o'clock is when certain reversals start to happen and come in. So keep an eye out for it. So a lot of these things right now are doing this. We're doing this wave count. And so if we can go fill that gap around this range, right around 222.47 range, let's look to short it there. I think the afternoon reversal is definitely likely to come in to these things. Let's look at it on the 1-minute chart. Maybe we can go long on it. Find a scalp for it. Okay. So as per the rules, it has to pull back down to the red line, and then a stop has to go over here. So if our entry is 219.50 and our stop is 218, let's make it 218.50, $1. We can certainly get more out of it. So I like that a lot. Let's do that. Let's see if we can pull back down a little bit to the red line and see if we can get into this trade. I like this a lot more than some of the other tickers. And if we can't pull back down, that's fine. That's okay. We will go find something else. The joy of day trading. What did Airbnb end up doing for? Did I not add it? Oh, okay. Okay, so it never quite got down to our, we set this up a little bit later, guys, in case anyone's wondering. We set this up a little bit later on in the trading day. So we did not get filled on this, but I like this for a bull trade as well. We're above the 15-minute 10 EMA. This could work. Let's look at it on the daily. A target of 165, sure. Let's see if there's a scalp over here. Okay, so this is a good example of what I want Facebook to do. Come back down to the red line. So that's what I am looking for. 195.50 is my entry on it. That's what I'm looking to do on it. Tesla is approaching that 1,000 level. Keep an eye on it, guys. Facebook is pulling back. Come on. All right, 219.58. Okay, awesome. I don't know if I missed it already or not, but that's what I'm doing on Facebook. Okay, and my stop is at 218.50, so somewhere over here. I don't know if we're gonna get filled. I don't know if we're gonna be happy with this trade going bullish because the trend clearly is bearish. But our stop is in a good place. So we should be able to, I mean, if we take this candle out, I know we're not going to win on this trade, but we will be patient with it. So I am going to leave it alone for a little bit and walk away and see what we can come up with. I don't like that we closed over here below the 10, and the purple line, as per the rules, somewhere below the purple line is where our stop should be. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and we'll see what happens over here. My target on this guy is 220.50. So we shall see. Is AMD bouncing? It's trying. It's not really. Nvidia is trying also. The Qs are collapsing. SPY is at that 450, 443.50 level again. Okay, come on, Facebook, just give us 220.50. I'm gonna go ahead and set my target on Facebook and call it a day. So I'm not stuck in it for all right. It's looking good. My target is set, so we shall see if we can get filled. And let's see what Nvidia, ooh, that looks good now. This guy looks good too. Oh God. What a trappy, confusing day. It's like, just make up your mind. Stop going in multiple different places. It's just, oh. AMD, I like Nvidia better than AMD for a bull trade, I think. Are we above the 15? We're trying. Good. Great job, Nvidia. Okay, on the 1 minute, it still looks a little bit choppy, and I'm not interested in it just yet. On this guy, let's remove this line because I did not take that trade. I tend to have all these lines on my charts all the time, so it's just annoying. What is your red line? Says Maggie. Okay, so the red line, Maggie, is the 20 EMA. And I don't know if you were here last time, but we talked about this this new strategy, and it's strictly meant for day trades. Really, honestly, just meant for day trades. And the way I like to play it is, so this is the 10 EMA, this is the 20 EMA, and this is the 50 EMA. And you can really get creative with this. Doesn't matter what EMAs you want to put in there. You have to have one small EMA, you have to have one mid-ranged, and one large. So for example, if you wanted to do 10, 30, and 100, or 10, 21, and 105, that could work, but I think they're a little bit extended to the 105 is a little bit farther out. So the idea is really, it's just to have these averages be stacked up correctly. And then when we have a pullback to this guy right over here, the psychology is that everyone else is going to think, oh, we're reversing. But we may not be reversing. This just happens to be a little bit of a steeper pullback. And so if you buy from there and make a new high as your target, that could most certainly work out. So that's the idea. So if you were to, the 1 minute chart is a little bit quick to explain it on, but if you were to look at the 5 minute chart, let me tell you about the psychology of this thing, okay? So this is a 10 EMA. And what it does is takes, let's say, the past 10 candles. Okay. For the sake of this example, we're going to call it 10 candles. It takes past 10 candles and it pulls back to its average. That means for the past 10 people that bought, this is their average. So if that range goes, this range comes in next, right? The next 20. So if this range goes, those 10 people, maybe maybe 2 out of the 10 are going to say, well, now I'm not profitable and I want to take my gains and walk away. Okay, cool. So they do that and things fall back on the 20. Right. And so if that happens, these people, now there's new buyers that want to come in. This price range is looking exciting to them. It's looking enticing to them. And if that happens, ideally, that's what we're banking on. If that happens, then we're going to have a flush up. So if we entice new buyers, we're going to go higher. And what we're trying to really just get out of this is if the buyers are interested in this line, then we're going to go higher. So this is a good level of pullback. And the purple line, if that goes, then it's just not looking peachy for us. It's just not going to work out. So for that reason, and ideally you want to keep, so let me give you another example. So the 10, 20, and 50, okay? So let's say the past 10 people thought, oh, this is a good range to buy. Okay, cool, I'm going to buy it. Past 20 people thought it was a good range to buy, and past 50 people thought it was a good range to buy. So indirectly, what I'm saying is the price, even though it's increasing, people are still enticed by it. If you walk into a Target and you buy a candle and it's priced at, let's say, $5, 100 people are going to buy it. If it's priced at $5.50, 80 people are going to buy it. If it's priced at $10 now, maybe 10 people are going to buy it. But that's not the scenario right now. That's not what we're looking at. What we're looking at is it's going to $10 and $20 and $30, and everyone's still interested in buying it. That's what the mindset is in here. That's what moving averages do. That's why you want them to be stacked up correctly. You want the price point to still be sellable. Now, if the price of the candle was, let's say, $60, I'm not an idiot. You can't fool me. No, I'm not going to buy $60 worth of candle. No, it's just not going to happen. So eventually there comes a point where the price just gets a little too expensive. Then they have to mark it down. They have to put it on clearance. And when that happens, some people are going to say, well, it went from 60 to 60% off. And so I'm going to buy, I don't know what 60% off of 60 is, but I'm going to buy it now. This looks like a good price point. So some more people will come in and buy it. And we're just banking on those people coming in and buying it, pushing it a little bit higher, and then getting out. That's it. That's eventually it. That's what we're banking on. So, and things are reversing in the other way. So if it was stacked up the different way, where the purple line was on top, red in the middle, and green, our smallest moving average, on the bottom, then we would look to short it at the red line. So every time it touches the red line, we would look to short it. I hope that makes sense. That's the way it makes sense in my head. So if it sounds confusing, let me know and I'll try to explain it to you again. I love that we're getting rejected off of this 1618 level. Do you guys notice how powerful this is? It's gotten rejected once, twice, and thrice. And we've tried, really, we're trying. So now that I have these fibs on my chart from yesterday's candle, do you guys see how this is extremely powerful level and it's useful to have it? Now that it's touching the 20 EMA over here, I don't care. I'm not going long on it because I know that it's getting rejected. I want to see a close above all of these candles and have it go up a little bit more. It very well could. You know, it's Tesla. It's the strongest stock on the planet. And there's Elon Musk behind it. So it very well could. But am I going to be a buyer here? No. A lot of other people may think that way too. And so they may not be buyers here. Am I going to short it here? No, not at all. No, because you don't want to be trapped. You want the moving averages to be stacked correctly. And so that's why we want this trade to work, but not the way we think. We want this wave count to complete. We want this to be finished, maybe make another high and then come back down. And then see this level get rejected once more. But aside from that, I just don't want to touch it. It could be a short that I'm missing out on, but oh well, we will see. Okay, where's Facebook? Let me just go look at this guy real quick. Wait, I didn't get filled. It went a little bit later. Oh, darn it, now it's reversing. Come on, Facebook. I'm still in it, guys. I don't know if you guys are still in it. It did not fill me, so I'm still in it. I'm going to take all at 220.50, and the stop still is at 218.50, so leave it there, and go from there. I don't like that we closed below the purple line, but we kind of are trying right now, so we'll see. If we take out this trend line right over here, then we can certainly go to our target. Yep. Go Facebook! Yes! Give me that R that I need. This is awesome. Yeah, Maggie says makes sense. Yeah, we'll understand more as time goes on and see how they interact. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is a really fun way to, so even if you're looking at your regular, just 15-minute, 20-minute, whatever time frame that you like to look at, or the daily chart for that matter. Have you ever heard of Matt's Momo? Actually is based entirely on the moving averages aspect of it. If the 8 EMA crosses down to the 21 EMA, I want to say, the trend is bearish. The last 8 people that bought, and you want to think of it this way to make matters easier, the last 8 people that bought are at a loss now, so they're going to look to sell. And the 21 people that bought are also at a loss now, so they're going to look to sell. And so for that reason, I had picked out Marriott specifically for that reason, because Marriott was, let me show you, it went red on the Momo, I think. Let's see. It's going to take its sweet time. Yep, Marriott went red. And so that's why I was like, oh yeah, if we take out this inside candle, it'll be perfect short. And just followed my instinct and did not work out. And that's fine. I mean, I bet over the course of the day, it'll come back down, and then it's just going to really make me mad. Facebook, come on. I'm going to turn off Momo. But yeah, if you guys don't know about Matt's Momo, that's something that you really, really, really need to read up on, or go watch his video. It's really cool. Okay, I'm going to get stopped out of this guy too, and then probably be done for the day on day trades, but I will definitely be hunting for it. It sucks to be done for the day on a YouTube live day, but I really just wanted to get filled, and I guess this level of resistance was pretty strong on it. So, all right, net. Let's go see this guy. Let's go see where that is at on the 15. So it looks like everything just kind of sort of tried to fill that gap and then is now rolling back down. SPY, this is a very, very crucial level, guys. We want to keep an eye on this guy for sure. If the 443 level goes, you really want to be strapped up for a deeper pullback, not just from day trading perspective, but from a swing trading perspective as well. So this has been a pretty strong darn level holding everybody up. And so just want to make sure that we're safe and secure over here. So if today we get a close below, or if we're hovering around the 442 range in the afternoon, then brace yourselves for a deeper pullback. On the daily, it makes perfect sense to do that. Let's go look at that on the daily. So on the daily, although one may argue that we're just kind of, I have too many lines on my chart doing this. Let's get rid of some of the lines. Hold on. I'm going to turn this off real quick. Just one second. I just want to show you what I see. Okay, so although one may argue that we are just pulling back as a retracement, one can also look at this way, where we did not make a higher high and we're going back lower. So we're taking this level out and we're going lower. So that's why I kind of feel like things could get a little bit tricky. You just want to, so if we were to look at a line chart instead of candles, now you see it much more clearly, right? And so this level is crucial for SPY to hold. And if it does not, then we can easily come back down to 438 range. So that's fine. If that happens, we will find bear trades. It's no big deal, but we just want to just prepare ourselves, basically. That's what I'm saying. All right, where's the SPY itself? But SPY's been choppy on the 1 minute chart, so our moving averages scenario, scalp scenario would not work. So this is not something you want to see at all, Maggie. You want to see clear trend. So you want to see something like this. Let's go back to Friday. Okay. You want to see a clear trend like this for our short scenario to work out. If it's choppy, then it's not going to work. So, right over here, if you enter your short, let's zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so right over here, if you entered your short and the moving averages are stacked correctly, for a short scenario, you could have wrote it down and your stop would have to go here. So let's say entry at 449.50 and stop would be at 449. Let's just say 450, just to be safe. That's 50 cents and you could have gotten $1 out of it easily. So, that's a solid 2-hour trade and it's on a 1 minute chart. So it's much, much quicker, right? Because these are just a couple of minutes. So this is meant to be a scalp and it's not meant to be, this strategy specifically on the 1 minute chart is not meant to be anything too extreme with like the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart. Although I could totally see it working. Even if you looked at it on the 5-minute chart, it could totally work. So yeah, I would just prefer it on the 1 minute so I can be in and out quickly. And be done with it. Still in, oddly, but it's reversing. The trend lines are kind of going against me, so I'm not really too positive about this anymore. Let's go look at Nvidia real quick. So over here, this guy's just a chop fest fill for anyone. All right, so here's a cool, nifty little trend line that we have on Nvidia. Let's leave this in place. And I want to see this come in. So for those of you that are not very, very confident traders, and by confident traders, I mean you're afraid to be in trades and you're unsure and you may not see what I see sometimes on the charts. Trend lines are your best friends. That's what you want to see happening on trend line breaks are amazing. So I'm not saying, oh, if we take this out, we will short over here. No, what I'm going to say is I want this candle to close like this, like a big bear candle like this at support, come back up, come retest this trend line somewhere over here, and then look to short over here to go back down. So that's the way I like to find my shorts. Trend line breaks are a blessing for some not so confident traders. I've gotten, so this is a great candle right now for a trend line break. I want to see it close like that. And especially if it can pull back down to maybe even lower than this, that would be wonderful. I want to see it close like this. So when I was trading as a brand new trader, very early on, a good friend of mine, Dan Jansen, introduced me to trend lines, and I absolutely love them. So yeah, this can work and make you a better confident trader on this guy. Okay, so on the 1 minute you could see it a little bit better. I still want to see a little bit more of a pullback and then come back up and retest it. Now we know for sure this trend line's broken, obviously, right? And so we could set up a trade somewhere around here at 220.30 if we wanted to, or we could just do our scalp method over here and see if it can pull back up. So two things can happen. It can either pull back up to us at the red line, or these red lines have to come back and meet it. So the reversion to the mean, things always have to revert to its mean. And early on, you know, when I was all bear, I just went crazy with my bear trades. It was because things were so far away from its 10 EMA on the weekly chart. And that's not normal. That's just not normal. That can't happen. Things have to revert back to its mean. So that's why I did that. I just wasn't taking any bull trades. I wasn't in anything long-term. I'm out of Facebook now, probably, guys. Let me see. Let me just make sure we got out at a decent place. Darn it, gave me a slippage. 261. I gave up $261. Did not fill me at my stop. It gave me a little bit more of a slippage. Okay, this is looking peachy. It's perfection. So if you wanted to, on the 3-minute chart, set up a short around here, 220.40. Let's see if that would work. Let's look at it on the 15. Where's the 10 EMA? Yep, looks good. Okay, cool. This could be a good level of entry. I know that this would not that I know for sure, but I have a good feeling about this. And, you know, this will be the trade that works, the one I'm not in. The ones I take do not work. So, but even with that in mind, I can't. Rules are rules. So I can't take this trade. I've met my daily loss, and so I can't do this anymore. But I will try to follow along with this guy if anyone else has taken it or is interested in it. AMD, oh man, this is not looking very good on AMD either. This can get ugly for AMD on the daily chart. This does not look good. Nope. Or it could just be that one trapping candle and then come back up to fill that gap and roll over, or we just continue higher. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but this is not looking good for AMD at all. If you have long-term shares of AMD, maybe not today. Today may not be the best day to buy puts on it for hedging, but if we have a green candle on AMD, you might want to consider buying some puts on that guy for sure. Just found your channel, and the way your channel I have yet to find who explains trading concepts like you have. Thank you, Real. Who I think I'm saying your name right. I've lost so much on weekly options. It's no joke. It's like what I've done recently goes the opposite way. Yeah, honestly. And Maggie, really, I'm not kidding. I'm serious. Listen, we're not in great environment where things were just doing this. So let's say this is a daily chart on AMD, okay? So let's say this is happening and you're a put seller over here. the trend was extremely bullish. I mean, we were, you couldn't put your eyes on the screen and say, okay, well, it's not going from the bottom to the top. It was. We never made new lower lows except for here. That's it. It was just that one time. And the odds of me having to sell a put every single day and having to get stopped out one time or having to get shares one time and winning on every other level, because you would want to sell puts below the pivot level, right? So yeah, if the odds of me winning are so much higher when the trend is bullish, but when you're doing sideways momentum, now honestly, this could be a perfect head and shoulders where we go lower, or this could be a bull flag. You don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. I can't tell. It just looks to me like it's a head and shoulders, but to somebody that's extremely bullish, it may look like it's a perfect bull flag. And we're just sideways. We can't find anything great around it. So, and it's not just AMD, it's everything specific. Let's look at the Qs real quick. The QQQ. Okay. This on the weekly chart. How is one supposed to trade this? We go make a new low. We're trying to make a higher high, and then now we're trying to make a lower low. This weekly gap, my friends, on the Qs is extremely important. I don't think that you guys see it that way, the way I see it currently, but this gap down should not have happened. I think over the course of this week, we might have some great news and we go fill this gap, but this is a perfect evening star reversal. Well, not so perfect, but somewhat of an evening star reversal. We're opening below the 50% level. We undoubtedly will come back to the 618. And if we take that level out, if we take out the 618 on the weekly chart, we could go make a new low, undoubtedly make a new low if we take out the 618. The next stop is 329. And if that happens, this big buying candle that everybody went gaga over is going to get taken out. And so then that may be a troublesome environment. This is not a very good chart, really. It's not. And so just be careful. Doesn't mean we're going to lose it. No, we're not. But we could be prepped. We could be prepared for it. If you're looking at this, our moving averages, the EMAs are crossing, guys. And so let's keep that in mind as well. If we put Matt's Momo on this, here we go. I think if we close like this today, we will have entered a bear Momo on the Qs. And so it's just choppy. We need direction and we're not getting it. Bear markets are extremely hard to trade and navigate in. And we're just going to have to work with it. That's why we're day trading, and day trading has worked out better, way better than swing trading lately. Okay, let's go look back on Nvidia and see if we can find a good entry on this, or a good fill on this at least. I guess not. It has not pulled up its socks. It just made its move and just ran down. It's coming for us. It's I would want to move my entry down a little bit for this guy at the 10 EMA. I know it's going to get rejected at the 10 EMA on the 3-minute chart, but we will be patient with it and see if it can get to our entry. I will paper trade this with you. So not risk real money on it, but definitely paper trade it. The joys of paper trading, right? Everyone wins on their paper trades. Facebook looks interesting on the 3-minute chart. We will see what happens to this guy too. This also looks like it could come up here and then roll back down. What did our friend Tesla end up doing? Oh my God, rejection at the 618. Even with all the knowledge that we have, it still does not work, right? You still just don't end up taking the right trades. But how are you to know that we don't go make a new high? So for that, this is a good protection to not take that trade. However, it's good to have this level. It saved us from going long over here. So it's good to have this level. Now I see the moving averages are kind of sort of crossing, and I would want to close below and keep that crossing intact, and then maybe look for a short. So if we can come back down to here, the moving averages will cross, and then we could look to short. That would be nice. And then this head and shoulders would be in play. So that would be nice if that works out. SPY went below the 443.50 level, guys. Be careful on this now. SPY is acting a lot like Nvidia, where it's just not coming up. Or it's just weak sauce. If you wanted to, you could do this as a 1, 2, come back up, and then have a pullback down. This is on the SPY, so I thought it was Nvidia, never mind, but this is on the SPY, and so yeah, it could come back up one more time, get everybody, and then come back down. So we want to keep an eye on that and see if it does something like that. Nvidia is trying. Oops. See, it's so easy to just notice this. When you've been looking at charts for that long, you can just kind of tell it's going to get rejected at the 10 EMA, which it did. So again, would I have set up a short at the 10 EMA on the 3-minute chart? No, absolutely not. No, I am never that brave to risk real money like that on just knowing or just intuition. No, I am a very, very strategic trend trader, and so I don't take trades just based on feelings or, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. I have to have rules and things in place for me to take these trades. Okay, so it's coming up to our scalp level, but it's a little bit lower than where I would like it to be. If you wanted to scalp this for a new low, you could. I would still want to keep the entry over here and see if we can pull up a tiny little bit more. It's just $1. Come on, Nvidia, you can do it. Let's go. Tesla. Boom sauce. Yes, this is going to be a good short now. Now I'm getting excited about it. We are going to leave our target at 981. And I'm going to wait for this reversal to happen. Just a couple of more minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We should be good. Especially if we close lower, we should be good. All right, let's go. This is looking good, guys. I like this move down on Tesla. Okay. How fun is trading together? This is so cool. One day at a time. I win more with paper trades than real money. Always, yeah. I have 100% win rate with paper trades. Of course, why not? Yeah, it's just, it's a thing. You just, right? And then it looks at, so I started my paper trading account with 100K, and it's at $172,000 right now. I was just looking at it. And I'm like, wow, only if I could do this with my real money account, that would be nice, right? Even if it just pulls up to like 10K from my really small account, my real money account's really small. So even if it just doubles, that would be nice. That would be amazing, right? But why would it? Okay, let's go on the 3-minute chart, see if it's looking, yep, 3 minutes, looking good, looking good. This is great. All right. We're going to leave the target as 981. We're going to look for an entry somewhere over here. I want to say, let's go back to the 3-minute just 1 second real quick. Maybe 994 could be a good level. Let's just wait for this to happen, and then we'll do it. We'll set up an entry on it. I don't want it to bounce though. Definitely don't want to see it bounce here. So I don't know if this was, if somebody asked me in the previous YouTube about when do you see things reversing? What's a good reversing candle? This is a good reversing candle. This is a high wave reversal, high volume reversal candle. This is when I would want to be in long. Clearly that was a travel, not so much. You'd have your stop below, so not really, but yeah, this kind of tells me there's more buying coming in. I hope that answers your question if somebody asked me that. I know somebody had asked me that previously. Okay, awesome. Let's set up our trade now. This is looking good. No, do not collapse on us. So I will have to, because it's a scalp, I'll have to move my entry as this comes down. I would like not to move it too much, but as it comes down, I would have to move my entry. I also want to see it break down. Like I don't want to see it bounce over here. So I don't want to see big green volume come in. So we shall see if we get filled. And for the sake of our scalp, we will leave stops over here and see how that goes. Yep. So guys, we're going to be doing this YouTube live for, I believe, the month of April, every Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 11. And if you guys are interested, come find us. If you subscribe to my channel, you will get a notification every single time we're live. Sometimes we like to do those seminars where when to buy puts and when to reverse and things like that. And so if you want to, and those also are a YouTube live event. So if you want to subscribe to our channel, you would get notification every time that happens. Okay, cool. Come on, let's get filled on this. What a fun job this is. Just waiting and wishing. That's it. That's all we do here. Sorry, the screen keeps coming in my way, and so I have to kind of move it out of the way. The market sucks you in. Yeah, you can't beat it, Ron. There's just no way to beat it now. It is what it is. All right, so as the entry is moving down, I believe we should move the stops down a little tiny bit too. I don't want the risk to reward to be too wide on Tesla. I'm glad we patiently waited and we did not take any silly trades. You know, one could also take a trade over here if you wanted to for a $9 target, but if you wanted to wait for a better risk to reward, I think this could work out really well. I just want to see one more time the bulls being trapped and then going down. If it just breaks down on us completely and we don't get filled, and that we've missed a train on this, then we got to go find something else. Which may not be so fun. If that happens, I'd be mad. Certainly not be very happy with it. Is SPY collapsing? Yep, it is collapsing. Didn't even come retest the 443 level. All right, guys. Now, this is a trend trading aspect of it. So if you wanted to set an entry over here, and as it moves, just on a 1 minute chart, just scalp along as it moves down, you could. So this is a good trend setup for this. On Tesla, not so much, not yet. It's trying, I mean, it's there, but it's not so much yet. I just want to see one wick up. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna have to paper trade this, guys, but it's so exciting to trade Tesla all the times, even though it's a paper trade. I absolutely love it. oops, never mind. It's at 173. That's where my paper trading account is. If you want to see it, I don't. Oh, here we go. There we go. 173. All those profits and not real money. Oh man, this is ridiculous. It's gonna break down on us. You could do this 10 EMA thing. You could put your entry over here, your stop goes over here, and target at 981. I could see that happening. I could see that working out pretty well. I'm glad we patiently waited and did not go short right off the bat. Although it could have worked if you did it with shares, but if you did it with options, that would have been brutal for sure. Oh yeah, I know it broke, guys. Sorry, we're not gonna get filled on this. Never mind. Okay, 981. Here we go. That's where this train's headed. The Qs are breaking down. This is a perfect scalp on the Qs. So if for Thursday, we're gonna pick 3 or 4 tickers that we can look at. I will go find these inside day candles and all of that. But if you guys are on board with it, for Thursday, I'm just gonna focus on like 2-3 tickers and just scalp over here. I think that would be a much better risk to reward strategy than us having to look at like 6 different things and having to go back and forth on it. So, I mean, we wouldn't have missed the cues if we were exclusively looking at this guy. Or, I mean, Tesla will obviously be one of them, one of those tickers, but we shall see where that goes. How's everybody else's day going? Are you guys in any trades? I have to leave the computer for more than 15 minutes now, so I'll be over then. Thanks again. Looking forward to Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, Wednesday. That's what I meant. Sorry, not Thursday. Sorry about that. Where would you put your stop on the 10 EMA and why? Okay, Ron. So on Tesla trade, if you wanted to do a 10 EMA strategy over here, entry over here at 989 and target at 981, I would still put my stop over here. So what I'm doing right now is this. I am banking on this move, okay? I'm not banking on it doing this, because if it did that, then it would come back down and then go higher. So that's why I want to put my stop right over here. Let's get rid of these lines and so I can show you. So that's why I want to put my stop right over here, because if we take this high out, then undoubtedly we're going to go higher. And so that's why I want to put my stop there. Again, it is a pretty wide stop if you think about it, because it's a $6 stop for a $9 target. So realistically, it's a 1.2 R trade, but 1.3 R trade, but it could most certainly work. I have no doubt that Tesla's not going to go to 981. I'm pretty sure it will. It may take a while for it to go, but today it will. Over the course of today, it will. So yeah, this is a beautiful Head and Shoulders, a perfect retest of it, and we're going down right now. So, and it could absolutely go lower too. It doesn't have to just stay at the 981 level. If we get rid of the fibs from yesterday's candle and we put fibs, assuming today's high and the lows have come in, and we put fibs on this guy for today's candle, let's see where 981 stands in that scenario. 786 level, pretty close, right? So yeah, we're failing the 618 right now pretty badly. We failed a 50% level right here. So yeah, absolutely. 981 could easily be achievable. And then we break down further, 955, 100%. If we take out this guy, 955 either today or pre-market tomorrow, 100%. But Am I being a little too optimistic about 9:55? Yes, I am. And even I can tell you that Tesla may have a hard time getting there today, but 981, yeah, absolutely. I hope that makes sense. And the stop placement kind of explains why. Yeah, Real says same. My issue is that I overanalyze with my Real account. So you know what? It's a thing. I mean, obviously, I go through it a lot, and I've been day trading and trading. I'm a primarily big day trader. I don't swing trade. I swing trade sometimes, but I enjoy day trading a lot more than swing trading. And it's quick, swift. We're in and out, and we're good to go. Right? No worries. No issues about that. But when it's my paper trading account, sometimes I won't respect stops as much. Or sometimes, for something like Facebook, I'll just buy 10 shares of Facebook and hold on to them and see where it goes. For that reason, I last year or the year before that, I started a brand new account for my long-term holds. And really, I was telling somebody that Disney was a good buy. I don't know if you were there back then, but Disney was a good buy at that level for your long-term holds. And so I'm just going to buy 5 shares wherever Disney closes today. It doesn't matter. It could close anywhere. But I'll buy 5 shares and I'll just forget about it. And that's how you can grow your long-term account and continue trading with your day trades. Or have a goal. If you want to buy a specific ticker, like for example, I want to buy 1 share of SPY every single day. I mean, every single week. Sorry, not every single day. Regardless of where it's at, I'm just accumulating and I want to buy 1 every week. So if I constantly did that every single week, I'd have 50 shares at the end of the year. Within 2 years, I'd have 100. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years, and I have quite a bit of SPY shares. Am I worried about it? No, not really. They're long term. But then for that, I have goals. So I have to make $400 or $450 extra on top of what I want to make for my day trading goals. So I will make $500 extra on top of what I want to make for my day trading. And then move that money over to my other account and buy a share of SPY. This has been an ongoing scenario for a very long time. And I'm happy with where it's going. As a matter of fact, I have 17 shares of Tesla, and those shares are doing really, really well right now, even though it's collapsing. My dollar cost average is super low on Tesla. And the Tesla strategy is I buy 1 share of Tesla because it's so expensive. I can't buy it all the times, but 1 share of Tesla every single time it touches a 10 EMA. I stopped buying it over here in this mess because it was wild and it touched it almost every day. And so I couldn't do that. But if you want to put a limit on it and be like, yeah, I'll buy 1 share every time it touches the 10 EMA with the exception of it going to the 10 EMA only twice a month. Then, so I will only buy 2 shares a month. That's it. So that's a pretty good strategy. That could work. And then just accumulate your long-term account holds and see where we go from there. Few years from now, you'll thank me and say thank you for making me hoard these shares. It can be pretty rewarding. Even 17 shares at $700 cost average. Right now, I'm not worried about it. I will not sell it, even if it goes to 600. I don't care. I'm not touching it. Okay, AMD and Nvidia just did not do well. Collapsed. Nvidia's trying. So maybe now that we've fallen quite back. If you want to watch out for that retest happening. So SPY is trying to reverse. I want to see how it behaves around this level. And if we take this out, this is a good reversal candle that we took out right away. And we're kind of closing above it. This bear volume candle, this really big volume, we're kind of closing above it. Tells me that there's more strength. The bull volume is somewhat increasing. I would not want to see a close below this bull candle, this one right here, if I was a bull. if I was looking for a reversal. But if that happens, we just won't take any trades. It would look really good for our Tesla trade if Ron, you took it. So here was our play on Tesla. This is a touch, and this is the reversal. Ideally, if you were scalping, you would want to get out at the new low. You don't want to be in it for too long. And if you did the 10 EMA on the 3 minute, then you just got to be patient and move your stops accordingly. I think it could, yeah, I think it could work. Tesla's trying. The volume here is just pathetic. There's just no buying coming in. No one's interested. It's amazing how Marriott goes to our target. Ugh. For those days, you just want to scream. Does this ever happen to you where you're just like, ugh, stop me out and then go lower? And stop me out by how? Like 8 cents? Lily's looking good. If you want a reversal on this guy, keep an eye out on this guy for sure. Disney. This is what we want. We want to see on Tesla. This head and shoulders, this retest of it, and just come back down. Disney could be a beautiful short bullet as too, just down to this level. I don't have too much time. I only have like 4 minutes left with you guys, and I can't be in a trade currently, so I'm gonna not take it, but those are good scenarios. If we were looking at reversal plays, then I think Facebook or Nvidia or AMD could really work. What a good exit at 218.50, because immediately after that we just boop collapsed. So got saved. Net. It's looking good. It's just there. I can't believe this thing was, can you guys believe it? This thing was like a $220 stock like a couple of months ago, and now it's at 107. Can you imagine all the people that have been bag holding this forever, thinking, oh, we're going higher, and then we're not. So this guy, I know from experience, trades really, really well on trend days. So if this is a good one to keep in mind, guys, and it's kind of like AMD and Nvidia, you know, pretty liquid, moves fairly quickly, has good volume in it. So let's look at the SPY just one more time before I leave here with you guys. Did we take that candle out? No, we did not. We're still trying. We're just, if you want to scalp SPY short, here's your chance. We're just trying still to reverse, and it's not working. Is Tesla falling? Yep, Tesla is falling. Made a new low, so this is where you'd be out if you wanted to scalp. If you wanted to be in it for a little bit longer, hold on till 981 for sure. And now you can move your stops down. Let's see, hold on. Down a little bit to maybe 992 range right over here. Here comes your 981 run. If you're in it, I hope you're in it, and I hope you win this. I'm curious, what do you think about day trading stocks like NEO? So I have a rule, not to trade meme stocks. For me, even if it's day trading, for me, I have to, well, NEO actually is not a meme stock. So we won't call it that, okay? But for me, the company has to be making money. I have to see it, and believe it. So you can't present to me Lucid and Rivian just because they're backed by Amazon. Sure, if you want to hold on to it for long term, buy 5-10 shares, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I will not day trade those because it could flip in a matter of a second, and I don't want to do that. NIO is a Chinese company. And if I'm wrong, please correct me, because sometimes I tend to ramble and things kind of get confusing, or I don't know my companies really well. So, okay, I know NIO is a Chinese company. Anything that's Chinese, I will not touch, unless it's a short. If you're looking to short it, 100% go at it. Go day trade it, because the trend is your friend right now. Everything's short, right? So imagine if we pulled up here. Do you know why we had a big sell day the next day? Not because the markets were collapsing. No, it wasn't that. It's because everybody that bought here, even if 2% of the people that held their trade here thinking, oh, it's a new lower low, I mean, higher low, and we're going to go higher. And even if 2% of the people held on to it, they're breaking even on that day. So the very next day, what do? They say, no, there's turmoil. I'm going to sell. I'm going to get out. And so then they get out. So now per every short seller, every short trader, there is a real shareholder that's also selling with you. So that kind of moves this in a much more quicker motion. If you're a short seller in any market, if you're trading anything short, this works in the exact opposite as well. If you're trading anything short, you want to make sure that there is lots and lots and lots of buyers trapped. Do you think this is buying coming in? This is new buying coming in? No, not at all. 100% I can tell you, this is all the shorts that are shorting in here, closing their shorts out. Maybe there is buying coming in for day trading, sure, yeah, but for long term, no. And they're talking about delisting Chinese companies, and if that happens, some companies can still remain on the New York Stock Exchange for a little bit, but then will not be able to options trade. So you can't hedge, and if you can't hedge, then hedge fund managers don't really want it. So they will get rid of their shares as soon as it breaks even. There's still a lot of people bag holding Alibaba. And, honestly, it's just like, if you asked me 2 years ago, what do you think of Alibaba? I would have said, buy it with all the money you have, go all in. But right now, it's just not looking peachy. I mean, look at this day. Okay, cool. Buying came in. Immediately, we got rejected. It's just not sustaining. And this day, I knew the news was silly. I think it was something like, they're going to, like, whatever documentation that we're asking for, the Chinese companies are going to comply with it, and they're going to do it. That's not good news. That's not great news to go long on or dip by anything. That surely stopped some of the shorts out, but them saying, oh yeah, we will comply is not massive great news to go long on it. Now, if they had already complied, then sure, then be long on it. Yeah, but so no. So I have a rule about not trading meme stocks for day trading and not trading Chinese stocks for day trading. If you want to short it, sure, go at it. But to go long, it's a little bit tricky. Not trading against a trend on the Chinese companies is what I mean. What was that other one, JD? Oh man, this guy. I could have sworn on the weekly candles, it had perfect tweezer bottoms somewhere. Let me see where it was. Here, perfect tweezer bottoms. And I was like, yeah, we should be long, JD. Absolutely, 100%. And then the minute we took out those tweezer bottoms, I went and bought a put. I think I made some money on it or got stopped out. I don't remember, but I think I made some money on it, on that put. But immediately, when these tweezer bottoms got taken out by this hammer candle, I just knew it. We were not going to go long on this guy. I cannot believe that this went from here to here in no time. even on a weekly candle. I can tell you right off the bat, if we take this big volume candle out anytime soon, JD could really be struggling to keep up. I don't think we're going to, I mean, if they get delisted, yeah, they're going to zero, but I don't think they're going to struggle that much. I don't know, maybe things will change, but until they do, I will not be a buyer in it. Yep. Yeah, it's just trading against the trend. It's hard, especially like when the trend is bearish and you want to go bullish. It's hard because a lot of people, you're scared. You want to protect your money. You don't want to. If you had the chance to get out for break even after 6 months of bag holding, you will. I know you, and some people, just for the disagreement, may say, no, I won't, and I will add more. And if that's you, high five to you, my friend. I would be a scared person. I'd just be like, nope, I'm out. I can't do it. I'm not a brave trader. Okay, SPY. Did Tesla ever go to 981, or just still won't go? Okay, well, Ron, if you're in it, be patient. It will get there. Don't let these moves shake you out. You could move your stop down a little bit more now, over here, and take it from there. See, well, now you'd be at break even entry level, so that would be cool. Now you can't lose on this position. That would be cool. But I think we can go down to 981. It's just Tesla's just gonna make it difficult for everybody else to go there. So. Yep. All right, guys, I am going to wrap this up for today. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and I hope we have a better Wednesday, a better day Wednesday for trading, and we have a trend day so we can trade some more. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Until then, have a amazing day. Get out there. The weather is amazing. I hope where you are, the weather is amazing. And I will see you guys in 2 days.